Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my monthly Shop My Stash / everyday makeup drawer. Here we are looking into what the drawer looked like in October. First we're going to do a quick overview and then start pulling products out of here and then jumping over to my makeup collection to swap things out. If you're new here, I keep my palettes here. These are the products I'm testing. October was a crazy month for me. I got married. There's a whole bunch of stuff, so I didn't pull really any new products to test out except for those 3 lip products that I used throughout the month. My powders are along the back there. Eye products, single shadows and eye bases. Base products, primer, foundation, concealer, and cheek products over there. And then these are just like random essentials, lash glue, glitter primer, and white foundation mixer. I'm going to zoom you in and we'll start pulling things out. All right, let's start here in the base drawer. I have the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation. This is a favorite and I used it a ton. These 2 foundations stay in here. This is for my project pan, and as you can see, it's almost gone, the Revlon Color Stay. And then this is in an unofficial project pan. This expires in December, so I'm just trying to use as much of it as possible, but it's way too dark for me right now, and this is too light for me, so I've been mixing the 2, so those can stay. I did use this primer a few times, which is really my goal with this. This is a project pan item. This is the brightening color corrector from Maybelline. I got a ton of use out of both of these. I'm not sure how many fair concealers I have right now in my collection, so these might be returning, but I'll pull them out for now. The Benefit Professional, again, a project pan item, and then I did use this quite a bit. I'm actually getting some wear along the top, which I don't remember if that was there before. I think because there's so many products here in the cheek section, I'm just going to pull everything out first. Alright, so those 3 products are in my project pan. We have the Physicians Formula Beige Pearl, Model Co. Peach Bellini Blush, and then the Body Shop Honey Bronzer. So all those need to stay. I'm actually going to keep this in. I used the Physicians Formula Naturally Nude like shimmer strips in my Halloween, like recreating a Halloween tutorial video, and that's the only time I used that. This is more of a summer product for me, and I did use it this month. This is the Temp 2 Liquid Shimmer Bronzer. This looks really beautiful on the skin, but I'm ready to put that back. The Butter Bronzer, I want to keep in just because I love the neutral tone of this. Sorry, I'm awkwardly doing it with one hand because this hand is full. But I did actually use this a ton, and the whole purpose of this is for me to get use out of my whole collection. So that needs to go back. Oh my god, I just dropped a Becca highlighter. Pray this isn't broken. First we're going to talk about this while my heart rate comes back down. This is the Revlon Oh Baby Pink Blush. I didn't use this, I don't think, at all. The Bronze Booster by Physicians Formula. This is in the medium deep shade. I used this in the Halloween tutorial as well, and it's too deep for me right now, so this can go back. Okay, the moment of truth. This literally just fell on the floor. Oh my god. It's a miracle. This is Opal from Becca. I've had this in for I think 2 or more rotations. It's just one of my favorites, but it's time for it to go back. Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Highlighter. This is so beautiful. It's one of my favorite highlighters ever. But I'm ready to put this back, I think. e.l.f. Blush Palette in Light. If I can get this open, there we go. I've had this in for 2 rotations as well, just to make sure I got use of each shade, and I have. So time for this to go back. This is the Vintage by Jessica Libeskind Duo in Rose Quartz and Chocolate Diamond. I did use this. I don't know if this is going to survive my upcoming declutter. They're just not as reflective as I want them to be. I mean, they look like it here, but when they're blended out on the skin, I don't know, maybe I'm just not using the right brush, because right there they look really beautiful. Maybe I'll keep this in and play with it a little bit more. This I used for Halloween as well. Colorful highlighters aren't really something that I'm going to use on an everyday basis. They're more for fun things like Halloween looks, so that is going to go back. And then the IBY Highlight and Contour Palette. This has been in for 2 rotations. I really love this. I'm going to move this out of the way for a second. And I'm not sure how this happened. Why do I have 4 powders in here? This was in my purse and I don't know how it ended up back in here, but I guess it should stay because I haven't really used it that much. My e.l.f. loose powder, I did use a ton. L'Oreal True Match is in my project pan and I'm making great progress on that. And then I didn't really use this other Bare Minerals one. This is the translucent powder duo. It has a matte and a glowy side on it. And this one is the Ready Touch Up Veil Broad Spectrum SPF powder. So those are different, but it's weird that I have 2 Bare Minerals powders. Anyways, those will stay. The e.l.f. will come out. Now moving back into this container. It's easier for me to just pull everything out. Pretty Vulgar ink liner I really love. I used this for Halloween. I used it a ton and I'm ready to put that back. The Physicians Formula Eye Booster is the only liquid liner I have open right now. The Brow Gal by Tanya Crooks Convertible Brow. I use this a ton. I really do love this brow palette. You can use it wet or dry. I got use out of both of these eyeliners. I had the Rimmel Nude one and the Ardency in Modster Gold. That wasn't a very creative name. I thought there would be. The e.l.f. Brow Gel is the only brow gel I have open right now, so that can stay. The Tarte Lifted mascara is open and it's a brown color, so I'm going to keep that in along with the Wander Beauty Unlashed mascara. I like keeping my open mascaras in here because I don't like opening a million of them. But with that said, I have the Maybelline Lash Sensational. This is the waterproof one that I used on my wedding day, and I cannot stand taking waterproof eyeliner off. So I am going to stick this back in my makeup collection, and I will pull it out specifically for certain occasions when I feel like I need a waterproof one, but I don't use it basically ever, so I don't feel like it needs to be in here, but I will remember that I own it. And then I have the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Brunette. I did use this a bunch as well, but I have in mind what brow products I want to pull in. Here we are in single eyeshadows. This is the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I use this a lot. I don't think, well, this is drying out a little bit. I wasn't even really in frame, was I? But I feel like my eyelids are a little too dry for this right now. Things were looking a little crepey when I used it, and I don't remember having that experience before. This is a Project Pan item, the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I'm almost out of this. I have to squeeze so hard to get any out. Same with this color tattoo. It's the leather kind in 80 Creamy Beige. This is a Project Pan item. It's pretty dried out though. I don't think this has much life left in it, but nonetheless it needs to stay in here. I still have not used this Sephora single. This is in the shade Pop Icon and it is really beautiful, except I can't open it. It's like a purpley blue glitter situation. I'm not sure how to explain it, but it is really beautiful. So that needs to stay. I used both of these ColourPop shadows. I had Crimper, which is a metallic gold shade, as well as Kush, which is an ultra metallic, cool toned, like silvery purple kind of shade. It's actually like the more metallic, less glitter version of that Sephora shade. Actually, those would be really beautiful together. I'm going to keep this in here and I'm going to top it with the Sephora shade. Great idea, Emily. And then two liquid shadows. I had the ColourPop Supernova in UF Woe, and I did not get a chance to use this because I stupidly only pulled cool tone palettes, and this is like a coppery orangey pink situation, and that would not look good with all the cool tone shadows I pulled. And I had the Cover FX Shimmer Veil in Amethyst, and I did get use out of this. Over here into what I was testing, I didn't use either of these. This is the L'Oreal lipstick in 985 Daring Blush. Really pretty nude shade that my friend got for me. And I'm excited to use it, but I just keep passing over it for whatever reason. And this is the NYX Prismatic Single in Bedroom Eyes. And again, it's just a neutral. I really need to use my single shadows or get rid of them. I did, however, use the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil and fell in love with it. I did recommend this in my Sephora VIB recommendations video. That's how much I loved it. For lip products, I used the ColourPop Lippy Stick in Taurus. This is a really warm brown, like super warm brown. Really like this. I used the NYX Butter lipstick in the shade Ripe Berry, which is a berry tone. I don't love this formula. It's too like thin and slippery almost. It's very strange. I used the Ofra liquid lipstick in Santa Ana. Ofra liquid lipsticks are one of my absolute favorite liquid lipstick formulas. I could do a whole video on that actually, my favorite liquid lipstick formulas. Let me know if you want to see that. This is another berry tone. And then for Halloween night, not my Halloween look, but like what I actually wore on Halloween, this is the Revlon lipstick in Black Cherry. This used to be like a classic fall winter color, and it is really beautiful, but it's time for that to go back. My goal with my lip products is to use them at least once in the month. Alright, over here we have all of the palettes I ended up using this past month. First up, we have the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I used this on my wedding day. Yes, it's neutral. It's kind of boring. It's not, you know, anything special. We have both warm and cool tones with some pinky purple shades over here. But I just love the formula of this. Maybe I should get one of the other palettes in this style because they really do work great on my eyelids. They last all day. They're blendable. They're pigmented. I love this palette. I feel like if you don't have a neutral palette, pick this one up. It is truly amazing, and I did recommend this in my Sephora recommendations as well. It's just, you know, everyday basics kind of palette. This is the palette I used for my Halloween look as well, and I used it a few more times after that. These are all of my Makeup Geek shadows plus a blush. This is in the shade Cherish, I believe. But yeah, I got use out of these singles. I have quite a bit of wear on a lot of these shades. BH Cosmetics Festival. I used a lot of these colors in my Halloween look as well. The Crown Fuego palette. I only used this once. I pulled it in after the fact. I don't even remember for what purpose, but I'm going to keep this in actually. I really love it. Out of all of my super warm, like ready toned palettes that I own, this is my favorite. The Naked Cosmetics Pressed Pigment Trio. I think it's called Urban Rustic. This is one of my favorite fall palettes. I've had it in for 2 months now and got a ton of use out of all 3 of these shades. So I'm ready to put this back, but I would definitely, this is definitely something I would recommend. I got a little bit of use out of the Studio Makeup On The Go. This is the Cool Down palette. It's all purpley, cool tones. I don't know how I ended up with so many palettes in here. This has been in for 2 months. This is the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone in the old formula, the old packaging. And I kept this in to get more use out of the cool tone side, and I feel like I did do that. So this can go back. And then this is the Blink Electric Eyes palette. This should stay in. I only used it one time, and I feel like I should use a few more of the shades. Okay, let's jump into my makeup collection. Alright, here we are starting off in my new in makeup drawer slash things that are not new anymore, because these products here were bought or received in 2017, which is bananas. So what I'm actually going to do is I think I'm going to pull everything except for the mascara and put that in my drawer immediately. I'm just going to force myself to use all of them or get rid of them. But I don't want to open the mascara because I have too many open right now. So in here we have a white pigment from Meech and Mia, a ColourPop shadow in the shade Baby Tea. This is a matte navy color. Why could I not think of that? We have a Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in the shade Feisty. Ooh, that is super beautiful. Why have I not used this? This is what happens when you hoard too much makeup. And then I'm pulling all of these lip products in as well. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to pull in my Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir mascara as well. It's getting too old. It needs to be used. It has not been opened, so it should not be dried out. But we'll see, or else it's going to be a waste of money, that's for sure. And this is a luxury brand. So that is everything that was bought or received in 2017. What's left in here, except for this is just in my way. This is all from January. We have the Bite birthday gift and stuff from my January Ipsy bag right before I canceled. This is so embarrassing. And you know what? That's all I'm going to pull right now. I might do like a full face of first impressions or something coming up because I have foundations in here. I'm pretty sure I have concealers in here. There's a lot going on in here, but for now that's gonna be it. Okay, to force myself to get a move on my project pan, I'm going to be pulling less than I usually do. So I'm going to be putting away the two foundations that I was using, so the Estee Lauder Double Wear as well as the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. And then next up is the CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream, which who else is excited that CoverGirl may be cruelty free. I'm waiting on Logical Harmony's follow up to her series basically and make sure they're not like trying to trick us, but I'm really hoping they're not because that is really exciting. For powder, I'm just going to set my e.l.f. one back in here. I'm not going to pull another one out. For concealers, I need two, but I'm not sure how many of these are going to be light enough. No. Okay, these are my options. Oh, I haven't used this in a really long time. This is the Maybelline Master Conceal in the shade Fair. This is a really thick, heavy-duty concealer, and so is the ColourPop, so I'm going to use that one next time, and I'll take out the NYX HD because this one's a little more medium coverage and lightweight. So these are the two concealers I'll be using. Back here we have primer. So I was using the Dr. Brandt luminizing primer. That's not in focus, way back here. So I'm going to put this back. I'm going to pull in, oh dang, I just got lipstick all over. Oh crap, I'm going to have to clean that up later. I'm going to pull in my Too Faced Hangover RX. I feel like I need to use this up soon. The expiry on here is 6 months, and I've had it way longer than that, and I haven't used very much of it. I'm assuming that's just for the probiotics that are in here to make sure they're like as potent as possible. I don't know how to explain that, but this needs to be used up soon-ish, so I'm pulling this in. And I think that's it. I'm going to force myself to finish off the Benefit Professional. I keep putting it off because it's not my favorite. But it needs to happen. So I'm just going to pull this one in. I do have some setting sprays here over on the side, and I've been trying to use up my MAC Fix Plus and my Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray, but I'm just not liking how this is looking on my skin now that it's like the colder months. I don't know. So I'm going to use up my Project Beauty Spray Set Go, but I actually decanted that and put it in this e.l.f. container because this was like spraying your face with a freaking fire hose. The spray on this was terrible and aggressive. So after I finished up my e.l.f. Setting spray, I actually just poured it into here. So let's try and use this up this month. So here are my face palettes. I'm going to be putting back my contour kit that I was using and pulling in the Too Faced Cocoa Contour kit. This one is up next in my rotation. And then I'm putting back the e.l.f. blush palette as well as my Naked Cosmetics highlighting palette. And pulling in this Real Her blush palette here. Also in this drawer, you can't see really, but back here are my creams and liquid cheek products. I'm just going to put back this bronzer, and I think I'm going to pull in this Tarte liquid highlighter. This is in the shade Exposed. I need to try this again. I didn't love it before, but I haven't used it in a really long time. Okay, blush, bronzer, and highlight. Oh, I just realized that I completely skipped over single shadows as well as palettes. How the heck did that happen? Do I not have any blushes to put back? Apparently not. So I'm going to pull in the Wet n Wild Mellow Wine. Yes, I do. Actually, I'm skipping blush because I kept in the Revlon. I have my Project Pan, and then I just put a blush palette in there. So that's 5 blush shades. If I need something specific, I can always, come in here and pull what I need, but I don't really think I need anything. Putting back 2 bronzers, I have the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster and the Butter Bronzer. I need to test this out again. I should have used it in the summer, but I didn't. This is the Milani Tantastic. This is super glittery. I bought this because of Kathleen Lights, and I never really loved it. And since I am doing a declutter soon, I'm going to try this again. And then I'm going to pull in my Tarte Park Avenue Princess bronzer. This is a favorite. For highlighter, I'm putting back Becca Opal and the Laura Mercier, like I mentioned earlier. And then pulling in the ColourPop one. And I think this is the only one I'm going to pull because I still have quite a bit in my drawer. Jumping back down to palettes, since I just completely skipped over them apparently. For singles, I'm putting back my Cover FX in with my glitter. I'm not going to, actually I am. I'm going to pull in my MAC pigment again, Jam Beauty 89. Jessica just talked with this in a recent video, and I want to use it again. And putting back the ColourPop shadow in Crimper. And that's all for single shadows. I'm not going to pull anything new because of what I pulled out of the testing drawer. I have a million palettes to put back. I'm just not feeling these two right now, so I think I'm going to pull in Dream Street by ColourPop as well as Modern Renaissance. And I'm going to skip these two for this month. Yeah, that's what I want to do. It's probably not the smart thing to do, but that's what I want to do. Okay, here we are in lipsticks. I'm going to pull one, I guess. This is the Rimmel Kate Moss in 01. It is a bright red shade. I'll pull that in. Over here we have like my ColourPop Lippy pencils and my NARS pencil, like in the crayon type products. I think I'm gonna actually skip this section. Up here are my lip glosses and liquid lipsticks. I switched this up again. These are more seasonal type colors, and these are all of my nudes. I guess not technically seasonal colors, just like colors are here, and then all those are nudes. Brownie nudes, pinky nudes, peachy nudes, blah 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 are all over there. So putting back Santa Ana, I guess that qualifies as like a color, wouldn't you say? And I'm going to pull in Point Zero by ColourPop. And that's it for in here actually, because I pulled so many lip products. I don't want to overwhelm myself, and I'll skip the glosses and the nudes. Last but not least, this is my eye drawer. Way back here we have our eyeshadow bases, brow products, colored liner and black liner right here up in front, as well as my lashes over here, but I just used those as needed. I will be putting back the Urban Decay Perversion, liner and pulling in the Ciate London black liner instead. Alright guys, we're switching over to my phone because my camera is being a piece of crap right now. I'm really sorry about this. I know the quality is not nearly as good on my phone. I had the Rimmel Nude liner and the Ardency in Modster liner in before. I'm going to pull in, actually I'll pull in this Jante Blue dark brown liner, as well as the Pixie Nude liner. I always like having a nude. Over here for brows, I think I want to pull in my ABH brow definer to use. And then same thing with like primers and stuff. Since I don't have that much longer with Project Pan, I'm not going to pull anything else from here since I have an eyeshadow primer I'm trying to use up. And I'm just going to put in this mascara in here. I guess I'll just put it in with my liners. That's the waterproof one. Alright guys, so this is what my everyday makeup drawer for the month of November is looking like. We have cheek products, base products, single eyeshadows, other eye products, powders back there. That is for the lip products as I use them. These are the products I want to be trying out. And then these are the palettes I have in here this month. Oh, you can't even see what this is. This is the Crown palette. The Blink, Modern Renaissance, and Dream Street. I have a lot of favorites. These three especially are like my all-time favorite palettes, so I'm really excited about that. I need to get some use out of these, form opinions, and declutter as needed. And some single eyeshadows I need to force myself to use. I never use my singles, and I either need to get rid of every single one of them or get use out of them. Really quickly, I know it's a disaster up here, but this is where all of my lip products go, besides the ones that I'm testing, of course. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please do give me a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!